Hello everyone, Happy New Year! I hope you're all doing well and had a wonderful and rejuvenating new year. Today's reading, I wanted to do something along the lines of the New Year's theme, and let's look at some messages or New Year's resolutions or energies that are going to come out today, or just really any advice from your spirit guides, and what we can expect and or the energy we should be focusing on during the new year. So if any one of these decks resonated with you, then please go ahead and pick your pile that resonates with you. I decided not to do crystals today, but that's not to say that we won't do it in the future. If you would like to do a quick meditation with me to get aligned to a deck so you can pick, go ahead and keep watching. Okay, I want you to take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then when you're ready, go ahead and let it out through the mouth. I am going to ring a singing bowl here to help clean and cleanse the energy. So I'll do that right now. And when you feel grounded, you can select a pile, and I will see you in that pile. Okay, guys, I'll see you soon. Hello, my lovely pile number one. Welcome to your reading. Just gonna light a little bit of Palo Santo wood here. Okay, so today your significator is the Ten of Wands. Let's take a look at this card. It's an interesting Ten of Wands. Usually the Ten of Wands indicates a feeling of defeat, but this is not really the energy that I'm getting here. So I'll get a couple of oracle cards out here. So let's see what we've got. Okay, we got those out. Let's use these. Grab some tea leaves here. Okay. All right, pile number one. Let me line this up here. So, put that on the side. Your first card, we have Winter. It's beautiful. And then we have Mortification. From the Radiant Sun deck, we have Seduction with Jupiter in Pisces. We have Flattery with Mercury in Gemini. And we have empathy with Moon and Pisces. So we get a lot of Pisces energy here. Oh, beware of self-delusion with the dragon. Star, guaranteed success, which is interesting because this star looks like this star to me, at least. And axe, forces working against you. Interesting. All right, let's get the full story here with some tarot cards. I'm getting some like sense of self-doubt, a very Pisces energy here. If you are a Pisces, almost like a detached or in the head in the clouds kind of thinking here. I'm not entirely sure yet. Let's get some, where am I here? We'll get some tarot cards here. And just trying to prop this up a little bit. Great. Okay. So you've chosen the Love is Love deck. Or I think it's the Pride deck, actually. I love this deck. Each and every card is was drawn or illustrated by a different person. So it's really got a unique deck that doesn't really abide by the normal, which is my favorite. Okay, we've got these and one more. Oh gosh, got a couple of cards here. Okay, so what is the energy that we are looking for or that we need to attune to in the year 2024? I might actually do something like this. Okay. Starting off, you have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. You have the Page of Cups in reverse. You have the Two of Cups. Should actually. Here's the Eight of Pentacles. It's working hard. You have the Page of Cups. Whoa, Piscean energy there for sure. That's like a third eye kind of situation. Reverse. We have the Two of Cups here. There's peonies. This is really cute. You have the Five of Cups. The Four of Swords. Interesting. And there's 3 cups that are half spilled, but there's 2 cups that are full. A lot of flowers in these readings too. Got a pup here. Four of Swords. Alright, let's see. Let's go a little bit more. You have the Eight of Swords here. Got like an angel that's like bound up and all of the swords are up. Let's see. We have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Six of Wands in reverse. You have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. You have the Chariot. Wow. And finally, we have the Nine of Wands. Huh. Okay. So I think this reading is talking a lot today about a relationship of some sort. I'm going to kind of take this all in and get my message here. You have 2 reversed 8s. So I think there's a myriad of a little bit of everything here. I feel like for this pile, there's this like somber tone around like relationships, or like if you're going through a hard time with your work. It almost feels like things aren't working and you're like very emotional about it, or something is like emotionally being taxed on you, especially with the 5 of Cups. Interesting. I feel like for some of you, it actually might be both. So the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, that indicates something that you're working on. So either you are working on something physical or you are working on something emotional. Sometimes the 8 of Swords means that you are freeing yourself from a bad way of thinking. But I actually think here you are looking at a situation at your work or whatever you have been doing in a negative light almost. And this is, clarified by the 10 of Wands, because the 10 of Wands, it almost feels like defeated. And the first thing that this reading wants, your guides want to tell you is this is all about a way that you are thinking about the situation. So it's trying to bring your attention to certain aspects, or like the way in which you are thinking about this situation, or the one that resonates most here. We see that this is an emotional situation with the Page of Cups in reverse, and especially with it's almost like you're like learning about your emotions, or you're learning to handle something. And this has got really heavy Piscean energy here. So if you were a Pisces or whatever, this like energy is resonating with Pisces. But especially here in the Page of Cups, it's almost like you're learning about something, but you're missing the point. And I think that the message here is like, almost like look like in your third eye, like meditate. If you like, you need to ground yourself in this like way of thinking, and you'll have better success here. A big part of this is coming from, or like a big aspect to this type of thinking is like, once you act, or I guess a part of the reading and what it's trying to tell you, or your guides are trying to say, is that when you change this perspective and when you ground yourself by like connecting with your third eye chakra, I think you'll start to have a lot more success and hope. Here we see a lot of like, we have mortification, we have winter, which represents like a time of rest. Not a lot, it seems to be happening. And the other thing that's drawing my eye to think that you're doing like an emotional thing in not the best way is this idea of flattery here. Especially like since it's over like mortification, I feel like it's like this flattery isn't going to get you anywhere. But what might get you somewhere is empathy for yourself, and like empathy that you are learning, and instead of like putting yourself on the cross. I'm not entirely sure if you are putting yourself on the cross, but for some of you might be overcritical for yourself. I almost see this like ear here with the bird. It's like a message. It's like once you actually start to listen, and like especially with this like internal, like this like third eye activation here, it's like once you start listening, you're going to become a lot more hopeful. I feel like there's something you've been putting off that you know about, or something that you might be putting off, or like in terms of an emotional like learning lesson, or something you need to practice, or something in that realm. I feel like it's like nodding to that, like, hey, you may or may not know about this, but you should definitely start considering going back and like actually learning. There's like a lesson, especially an emotional lesson here, whether it's about work or a relationship. I definitely see both. I almost feel like changing this energy, because we have the Nine of Pentacles upright, actually like lead to an opportunity for a union or a new relationship. For some of you, this is definitely about a relationship. For others, it's about a lesson in the emotional realm, like either not getting like too tempered, or like learning patience, or just being more gracious. For some of you, this is talking about a relationship, and I'll do that reading first. If this whole entire thing is about a relationship, something seems to be going awry, because the Six of Swords is a victory card and it's upside down, so something's blocked here, and I'm getting an idea that it's emotional in nature. Yeah, here we see like all of in the Five of Cups, especially like being right next to that union. If you have been in a recent breakup, I think that you're looking at your cups like tipped over, and you're crying over that. But this is a nice message to say that this relationship either isn't all done, or there is some type of reconciliation that you can do, and not to get discouraged by that. Yes. Okay. So you're in this like not like learning situation here, where you're actually taking on, like, it's almost like a page of like the Page of Cups, which is an emotional, and the Page of Pentacles. So this could be, some of you might even be going through issues with work and a relationship. And what I'm seeing here is that both of those are connected to the root of the issue. So if you fix the one problem, it's almost like killing two birds with one stone. If you can figure out or understand and we'll get a couple more cards out so I can pinpoint exactly what's going on. But this is trying to say, like, hey, you are crying over spilled milk. Yes, you're a novice. Don't beat yourself up. There's lessons that you have to learn, and unfortunately, there's these two lessons that are coming at the same time, but they have manifested from the same root. So if you can meditate on it, especially with the Four of Swords, which is all about meditation, there's only one sword here that's grounded. So that tells me that where you're going to learn is by meditating and by listening to like your inner like soul. And I feel like this is coming at you whether or not you are ready. Like it's kind of coming either way. And so it's more so saying like, hey, for this new year, like this is kind of a bigger element like that you've been working on for a while, and maybe you've been deflecting it. But now is the time to plan and meditate on what that root is, so that 2024 can help you bring the most growth and actually get over this, it almost feels like the somber feeling. Like this, I'm going to read these two cards. I love reading this book here. It's the Wild Unknown Alchemy Oracle deck, and they always just have really good things to say. I also too feel like you've tried this before here with this like wounded character. And I think it might make you anxious, or you're angry about it, or you're like, oh, this is something that like I just don't want to do. And it's like the poem of like I Rise by Maya Angelou is like the energy coming from this deck here. Like it's like you may not want to do it, but ultimately it's going to come for you anyway. So at this point, it's like rally the troops. Let's bring this energy to a halt, and let's do it right, and let's do it genuine here in 2024. I feel like almost like this is like the axe, like this is something karmic, like forces working against you. It almost might be because you've put out negative energy or something like that. That is making the case scenario much worse, which is why it's probably spilling into multiple realms. It looks like it's spreading into multiple avenues. And I think the key here is that it is all about the way that you're thinking mentally. The fact that we have the Star here tells me that all you really have to do is like change your thought. But regardless, no matter what, you're going to be successful, because this is something that is like a major arc or character development for you. This is going to be learned either way. It can take a lot of time, it can take a little bit of time, but you're going to be successful. It just might take you a little while. Yeah, and the beware of self-delusion kind of helps me think that this is because of a certain thought process that you have. Okay, so I'm going to read these cards here and see any extra little nuggets of wisdom. In alchemy, winter comes first. It is the beginning, the origin. As winter casts its blanket of stillness across the land, we naturally turn inward. The mind and heart settle into Earth's darkest season. From this place of quiet, a single flame reconnects us to the mystery of our existence and the miracle of the breath. Regardless of when this card appears, it indicates that we are suspended in Mother Earth's pause. This is not the time for doing, going, or getting. The alchemist knows winter opens the portal to the divine. Magic is afoot under the surface. In the glimmering snow and sparkling ice, we see winter's water in crystalline form, each droplet a prism into the mystic realm. Don't get caught up in the gloom or isolation of this season. Rather, spin towards the sacred light. Spring will come in time. I love that card. I love it when these things and the cards all come together, like in a, harmony way. But I definitely feel like now is the time for connection and doing even simple meditations, just trying to understand and get to know yourself better. There's no better time than right now in the dead of winter. So, all right, let's read Mortification. Mortificatio is the great alchemical operation of darkness. What was once composed now decomposes. What was once presentable is now despicable. This stage cannot be avoided. The underworld has taken us into the dark interior of its belly, and here we reside until spring. Interesting. It's the same. It's like a winter card as well. Through the natural process of decay, we descend into the depths we didn't know existed. The alchemist soon finds Mortificatio as a stage of regeneration and sacred power, where the soil is fertile and rich, offering nourishment for tomorrow. This stage cannot be rushed. The darkness must have time to do its work, to dismantle and to loosen, to free us from old scripts and stories. As we learn to surrender to this great operation, the earth churns and wisdom whispers in the dark. She envelops us with grace and the promise of what's to come. And that's really interesting because in this, the fact that they said whisper, it's really funny because this is I almost feel like this is whispering. And it's right above the mortification. Yeah, I definitely feel like that is a big piece of your guidance, is ensuring that you are taking the time to reflect and go inward. And there's nothing that you can do to rush spring, so why not take advantage of this opportunity that you're in right now so that you can come out later recharged, refreshed, and having a new perspective on life. I want to get a couple of guidance cards for you, and then we'll go on to pile number 2. But Spirit, what can pile number 1 benefit? Any pieces of wisdom here? All right, first card. We have the King of Swords. Yes, okay. Yes, this is all about using the power of your mind. Okay, you have 10 of Pentacles in reverse. You have the 4 of Cups in reverse. But I only see 3 cups. Oh no, one spilled. You have the 5 of Pentacles. And you have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. I feel like this guy, the King of Swords, is like slashing through all of these like false beliefs. Like a true, like the way that you think is going to be the key to your success here. I feel like the key thing here is do not like cry over spilled milk. Don't pity yourself, and keep this like, change the way, like really get to the root of what is unsettling you right now. Why is all of this happening? And think inwardly. Like, I'm sure that there's something going on externally where people are being rude to you, you know, there's other things, but really try and think, if you want to get to the root of this, where is your energy? Because there's something with your energy that will need to be fixed, changed, or rearranged for your best success. So I hope you guys thought this reading was helpful. I would love to hear any and all of your comments, concerns, conundrums. I'd love to read it. I am a little new here on YouTube, so I would love to hear your feedback. I hope this reading is really good for you, and I hope you guys can overcome whatever is eating you, and get back to me. I'd love to chat and talk with you, and I hope that this year of 2024 is amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome. You have picked the 8 of Cups here. I love this deck, it's so pretty. Today we're going to be talking about asking Spirit for what is the theme or what is an energy that needs to be focused on for at least this first part of 2024, so that we can have a productive and growth for this year. Starting the year off on the right foot, which is kind of funny because this card, the guy's stepping on the right foot, literally. Punny. So first I want to start off with, I'm going to put this right here. We'll move this tarot side. And let's get some tarot cards, or I'm sorry, some oracle cards out. So, what does pile number 2 need to know? Okay. Some of these cards out. What is the energy that we are working on this year? Okay. Oh, okay. One more, I heard. Okay. Let's get some tea leaves out. Okay, so we have the 8 of Cups here, which usually signifies walking away from an emotional situation. So let's see what these oracle cards have to say. Interesting, mortification. We got that in the last deck, that's funny. Huh. And we got winter. I swear, that's the last 2 from the first deck, so I'm gonna roll with it. I did a pretty good shuffle on this in between decks. So that's really interesting that showed up again. I also feel like if you are in this reading, just off the bat, you might, at this point, I feel like you should go back and watch the first reading. But let's see if there's differences here. Okay, we have versatility with the sun in Gemini. Okay. We have empathy again. It's the moon in Pisces. Ooh, and we have revenge. Okay. What does your tea leaf say here? You have throne, position of authority. Okay, whoever your guides are really funny. We have Turkey with someone is behaving stupidly. Okay. We have money path. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. We have teardrops, great personal sorrow. And we have bread, period of prosperity and abundance. So this pile does have similarities from the first pile. An emotional issue that needs to come to the surface, especially with the Mars and Scorpio with revenge. I feel like there's a lot more anger here. Or something has made you upset, angry, somebody is behaving stupidly, and you are in a position of authority to either have revenge or it's making you very sad. I almost feel like if you're an entrepreneur, this is like the energy I'm kind of feeling here is more of like a businessy, entrepreneurial mindset. I'll wait until we get the tarot cards out to kind of speak a little bit more on that. But I do feel like there's an underlying, like, it starts out as anger. It's something that you've either been angry or upset about, and then it turns to sadness. But yeah, that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling here. Or almost like something's not happening fast enough, or you feel like not ending, or you just want to blow up on this person. And you're kind of at this crossroads situation. Either for some of you, you're like in this anger mode. For others, it's more of like you're past the anger, like there's still like embers burning, but it's like turned to like real sadness, but no action has been done yet, it feels. Let's get some tarot cards out. Okay. All right, let's get some cards in here. We got 3 up here. And these 2. Thank you. All right. And let's see what cards we have here. Okay. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse. Okay. We have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. We have the Knight of Coins. Interesting. I guess I should show you. Here's the 5 of Cups. The 4 of Coins in reverse. The Queen of Swords. Or, I'm sorry, Queen of Wands in reverse. We have the Knight of Coins in reverse. We have the Queen of Swords. That's funny that I said that. Okay. I think some of you guys are Geminis or an air sign. And you're really good at being flexible. It's just, this is tripping you up on an emotional level and you don't know how to address it, or it's like really testing you right now. You have the Knight of Cups. Okay, so we have Knights, so you kind of have learned the lesson here. Or you're like onto it a little bit more than pile 1 at least. You have the 10 of Cups. That's nice. And you have the 5 of Wands in reverse. And then we'll get one significator out here. Well, guess it was 2. You have the Page of Cups and you have the Page of Swords. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is you're a very versatile person. I feel like you roll with the punches. You are like this flexibility, like this versatility here. With the Sun in Gemini, it tells me that like you are very good at like redirecting and like without getting down, but something has gotten you down. And it's almost like at the point where you know enough, like you know better, but you may not know where to, or like specifically, or the actionables of what you need to do. Ultimately, here's the point. I'm going to skip to the end and then I'll tell you what I'm reading in the story and like your dynamics here. Ultimately, this is a call to learn something new, either about your emotions or your thought processes. And I think it's a little bit of both. But I feel like there's some flexibility here where you can like take, you can lean one way or another. Learning a new perspective or something new about your emotions and the way that you think and or thought processes that you can think. And it's actually like, it really is calling you out here, saying you really are flexible. You have this in you. You just need somebody to push you to like start thinking about that. I feel like we had empathy with Moon and Pisces last pile. And it's almost like, I feel like in the last pile, if you go back to it, I point out that this is like whispering, like once you actually get quiet and you give yourself the love that you need and the space to grow in your head, like through meditation, you're going to start hearing these little whispers of gems that like are going to help you along this process in your journey. Right. I do feel like there's money tied up in here. I feel like there is something in this deck, or in this pile, for pile number 2, I feel like there is a lot more material items at play, and someone is being stupid and is either mishandling your money, whether it's in a business, or someone might owe you something, or somebody borrowed something, or, something along the lines of like there was a material need, and now like they're either not paying you back or there's something that's really frustrated you and you're like, why are you being like this? It's something that is causing you great emotional pain. Either it's wrecking your relationships, or it's like the actual physical thing. Like you needed that, you needed that material thing, either like in a business is the thing that keeps coming to mind. Whatever the case is, I think there's a reminder, a small like nudge here that you're going to find money regardless. It's not actually about the material stuff. This is actually, for most of you, I'm going to say there's a heavier emphasis on the emotional change here rather than your way of thinking. But if you do an emotional change, it's like those two things will go hand in hand because they are closely linked together. So what I see here is that you are very very like logically adept, which is something like if you are an air sign, this is absolutely like calling you guys out. They're like, use your skills. You are very versatile. You know how your mind works in and out. But sometimes your relationship with your emotions are not as well thought out as your thoughts and the mental field here. In terms of if you're going through a material loss here, I think with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, it's like saying like, be generous with that. It's not the lesson here. You're actually going to get more material wealth and abundance if you let go of this mindset of like people are taking this, or a scarcity mindset. It's actually like asking you to just let that go for a second and like be generous with that. Like it's not about the physical thing here, even if it makes you mad. Right now, it's about you getting over this emotional heartache. It's like you're trying to learn with the Knight of Cups being clarified by the Four of Pentacles in reverse. It's almost like, hey, when you're not in this, or like when you're in this scarcity mindset, and you're focusing on the material aspect of what's going on here, like people being stupid, they have withhold something from you, you're actually focusing on the wrong part of what this like lesson is supposed to be teaching you about, or the energy that's supposed to be thought here. I feel like it's also like impacting like your passion, or like your fire or your drive to be able to do stuff. If you are in entrepreneurial situation or a business type situation. The Queen of Wands to me represents like that heart fire or like that passion that like is going to keep a business started, at least in this case scenario. For right now, I feel like this whole emotional mumbo jumbo, I guess, has really hurt your passion, and it's really blocking you creatively, and it's also keeping you from being like emotionally fulfilled. I feel like you've probably been hurt in the past, either by this person or by something like, again, I keep going to the business idea because this guy is in a wheelchair and he's the Knight of Coins. And it's like, I feel like the ultimate goal or the ultimate like thing that has brought you to this position or period right now is due to a new need for your emotions. Like, you need to get a new perspective on your emotions. It's not about revenge. Yes, they are acting stupidly. And yes, you could probably even act on it because you are in a position of authority, but that's not actually going to help you here. This is calling to change how you feel, be more generous, more magnanimous, and see where that gets you. Rather than seeing what you don't have, try changing this energy here. With mortification and winter, it also is like nodding to like the season that we're currently in right now. Again, this is a timeless reading, but right now, whenever you're reading this, it is winter though. This is a period of rest, rejuvenation, going deep within oneself to see what needs to reemerge for spring. Right now, we're setting the internal energy of what is to sprout for the rest of 2024. And for you guys, pile number 2, that is an emotional energy and how you feel inside and outwardly towards others. There is a big aspect of somebody has pissed you off. But the question is, how do you want to act around it? And maybe this is a slow burn too. And I think right now it's like anger is not going to be the answer. And I can't necessarily give you the answers, or I'd be able to be saying this up and down. But whatever this is for you, I really want you to think about it and ponder on it. You know what? I just got this like hit of intuition. I've got these cards here. So I've been playing the game We're Not Really Strangers After All, and for whatever reason, I just like got this like idea that I was going to shuffle a couple cards, and I think it's going to be in level 1, and I think that this is going to be a journal prompt for you. All right, let's see if we can get a journal prompt here, which is so funny. I would never, this game is, I would have probably picked it with. Interesting. The question is, are you missing anyone right now, and do you think that they are missing you too? That's something to ponder on. And what do you crave more of? So hopefully that is helpful. I feel like I'm going to get a couple of cards out here from the Mystical Wisdom card deck. And let's see if we can get some guidance through there. Give it a good riffle shuffle. Okay. All right, 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. All right, what does pile number 2 need to know right now? Angel of Miracles. Open your heart and expect a miracle. Ooh, I love that. Celebration. Let go and have fun. And choices. Make the best choices. Yeah. I definitely feel like you guys are strong, capable, and confident. And now it's time to apply it to what is emotionally ailing you. Well, you guys, I hope you guys get over this emotional quarrel, and I hope that these people stop being stupid. And I really hope that you guys grow and are fulfilled in the year of 2024. If you guys like these readings, please give me a thumbs up. or subscribe. I am a new tarot reader on YouTube, and I genuinely love doing this. So please let me know your story, interact with me. I'd love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for reading pile number 2, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. I hope you guys are having a great new year, and I hope that 2023 was good to you. I am so excited for 2024. It's a leap year. It's an Olympics year. I cannot wait to see what 2024 has in store. Today we're going to do a reading on what energy to focus on for the new year. What needs to be resolved, brought forward, meditated on. How can we get in the best energy for 2024 to help us grow and be fulfilled. I love this card. You guys have chosen the Hierophant, which is a major arcana card. I love the Hierophant. The Hierophant is all about learning. It's a card of like higher wisdom, ancient wisdom, learning, and all that fun good stuff. I'm gonna start off with a couple of oracle cards here today. And we'll start getting some energy reading here. All right. What does my beautiful pile number 3 need to hear? What are some... Okay, you guys got 3 this time. Get my other oracle deck here. And what does pile number 3 need to hear? Wow, we're getting a couple extra cards out here. Let's get some tea leaves going. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. We have rotation, and I'll read the, I love the book on this, so I will read this to you. Conjunction. Okay, guys. An iron. I love this already. I love the a rainbowy kind of colors here. I love that. We have iron. Cute. All right, let's do the Radiant Sun. You have the Mercury in Aquarius with detachment. You have the Moon in Scorpio with power. Interesting. You have the Moon in Aries with protection. And you have the Sun in Taurus with acquisition. Cute. Okay. In your tea leaves, you have chair empty. Someone is leaving your life. We have target, a goal-oriented person. You have tent, temporary situation. You have bird perched, waiting for news, package, or letter. I'm gonna start putting these over here. And finally, we have dagger, fears, worries, and tense situation. All right, let's get some tarot cards out. Let's see what the sitch is. Okay, that was lovely. Love a crisp riffle shuffle. Let's get some cards out here. What is the energy that we are focusing on today? Okay. Okay. First, we have the Eight of Swords in reverse. And somebody is very upset. Okay, something has made you very upset. You might also be detaching because of it. You don't know what to say. Okay, it's hitting some emotions. There's a lot of emotions coming out. You have the Four of Wands in reverse. You might have thought that it was like your happily ever after. You have the Five of Cups. Sorry, here's the Four of Wands. I do forget to show you guys. You have the Nine of Wands in reverse. You have the Five of Wands. You have the Three of Swords. Okay, so there's a heartbreak situation going on here. You have the Page of Wheels. And I should probably show you. You have the Fool in reverse. I think this is about a love. Something happened in a love connection. I feel like here with the tent, with the temporary situation, I feel like you guys might have briefly broken up. Or there is a situation where either there's a small separation, and I feel there's a heavy node here towards a relationship. I can also see it, and I feel like it's mainly, for most people, this is going to be about a relationship that is temporarily like suspended. It's like you guys almost kind of broke up. You're not really talking. You're in this like area, like gray area where you want to like reconcile this, and there is some energy, but there's a lot of sadness going on here. And especially with the Three of Swords, this could like relate to like a third person breaking your heart. Like either someone may have cheated on you, or you cheated on them, or there's some type of third party situation going on here, especially having it being clarified by the Four of Wands. I feel, first of all, I want to say I feel very, I feel the energy of this like somberness, and I'm so sorry you guys are going through this. So let's see what else we can help with, and see if I can give you some guidance on this. So yeah, so this is definitely talking about a relationship breakup where you may or may not have moved out. Wherever you are, this is not something that has been permanent, and you're still trying to figure it out. I feel like, especially here with the waiting for news, a package or letter, I feel like time has either passed to this point and you're starting to like, you either want to hear back from this relationship, or you want to like know, you're waiting. There's this waiting energy here. And it's giving you a lot of anxiety, especially with someone leaving your life. Yeah, absolutely. I think that, yeah, this is definitely this is about a relationship here. Okay. The first thing that I want to say is this. So this is a very, I can definitely feel your emotions here. You have no idea what's going on. You're trying your best. I feel like you know what has been wrong, and you have spent either time, or you are just about to start time, or like this journey of you fixing and trying to right this wrong to keep this relationship in balance. I don't feel like this relationship is inherently over, though I do feel like for some people, yes, you'll be able to go back with this person. It's a matter of changing the energy. But for others, I don't feel like this is going to necessarily bring them back, and actually this breakup or temporary situation is a blessing in disguise for you. One thing that I'm seeing with this, or with a message and a little bit of guidance here, is that this has really messed you up emotionally. And I feel like you're like, okay, if I just do these things, then this is going to like fix it all, I'm going to get it all together. But really what I'm seeing here is that there's a new journey for you to go on. There's a new, segment, chapter of life that is begging to be started or waiting to be started patiently for you. But because you're so wrapped up in this intense fear, worrisome situation, I feel like it's actually you're missing the point of this gift. And it's not to say that you're not allowed to be sad, but it's more so saying ensure that you're not being too sad to miss the point. Yes, it is sad, and yes, I know it's tearing you up inside, and I'm so sorry for that. But what the cards are showing here and what your guides are saying is, I think you are getting absorbed by this energy of sorrow, so much so that it's actually blocking you from what you were supposed to learn and do. And you're not seeing a bigger picture here. I feel like the moon in Scorpio with this power here, I love this card. Whenever it comes out, it always tells me to see a different perspective. Where is she looking? She's literally laying down. She's looking at look at the angle. We're looking at this arch, head on like this, right? But what is she seeing? Does she even see the arch anymore? I don't know. That's kind of more for you to ponder. But I feel like there's a bigger point, and when you're detaching like this, or it's so painful that you are detaching, it's actually not helping you see the blessing behind this. Yes, for some of you, it is a quick fix. Actually, it seems like it's more of a complicated fix, but some of you are going to get that, but others, it's actually a blessing in disguise for you to be in this temporary situation. And I think for some of you, you're not going to go back. I want to read these 2 cards here, or these 3 cards here. I love this deck. Every time I read it, it makes me feel like there's actual meaningful messages that aren't just coming from my opinions and my reading. I'd love to get actual solid reading that came from somebody other than me based on the cards I pulled, so that it's further reassurance. So let's read rotation. Rotatio is the great alchemical operation of the wheel. Through its circularity, it indicates that the work performed again and again produces results. It reminds us that our efforts are cumulative, not singular, nor is the work ever fixed or finished. Rather, the alchemist rises each day to tend to the laboratory, to weave their work into the world. It is the epitome of the alchemical axiom, idem mutata resurgo. Although changed, I rise the same. This operation is expressed through images of the circle, the spiral, the Ouroboros, and the wheel. By its non-hierarchical shape, we are tossed back into the spin just when we thought we had figured it all out. Though this stage can be frustrating and cause a fair amount of restlessness, it is at the heart of all spiritual practices. This operation connects us to the element of time. The alchemist learns how to use time like any other element, not to waste it, but to expand it and appreciate its gifts. Conjunctio is the great alchemical operation of love. During this stage, we witness the miraculous work of 2 opposites merging to create a unique third form. Sun and moon unite to reveal the entire cosmos. Black and white unite to reveal the spectrum of color. Unlike coagulatio, conjunctio represents a conscious and benevolent union, one that springs forth from awareness, acceptance, and devotion. It is not a compromise, but rather an activation, a holding of tension and presence that allows each of the entities to thrive and express themselves. Experiencing conjunctio is one of the blessings of the human experience, whether the bond is with human, nature, or divinity. Recognize it by the stirring of your heart and the element of surprise. Through the opposites arises the infinite. The alchemist is patient and true to their own heart. Do not be fooled by preconceived images of what conjunctio looks like. Love is creative and therefore seeks new forms. Hello again. Sorry, my camera died. I am going to read iron. Iron is a reliable metal that can withstand great pressure. Over the centuries, we have come to utilize this metal extensively, mixing it with carbon to create steel bridges, highways, and infrastructures that span across the globe. In alchemy, iron is associated with the planet Mars, and it shares its qualities of being strong, assertive, and potentially warlike. When the iron card appears, there is a call to rely only on the reliable. What truly supports you? What have you already built? Iron dwells at the center of Earth, so when all else feels lost, go inward. There is a deep magnet there that pulls you towards what is steady and true. For the moment, put your words and weapons down and let yourself be held by the structure that is already in place. I want to get a couple of guidance cards, words of love, support, because this does feel like a really hard time for you guys, pile number 3. All right. All right, let's see. We have good fortune with invite magic in. We have children with know your children are protected. Ooh, I love that. And you also have protection here. Look at that. There's a tiger here. And children. So if this has anything to do with your kids, they are protected. Don't worry about that. Wow, I love that. And we have the 7 deadly sins, humanity's destructive traits. Interesting. I would be interested to look into the 7 deadly sins here. I don't actually have a lot of information, or I'm not as familiar with it, but I would encourage you to look those up. Here, I feel like this situation is temporary. And I guess the overall message is that right now it's really important to go into what you have built on your own, what is still standing now, so that you can give yourself space and grounding to be able to come out of this. For some of you, this is a relationship. I would say for most of you, this is talking about a relationship. Yes, there might be reconciliation, but really this is a gift of being able to go inward and see that you are one and of yourself. Yes, this is not the greatest situation, but I feel like there's blessings in this that may be overlooked at times. And I really feel like if you can rearrange and reorient your perspective, I think you'll be able to start to see and practice things that are actually going to serve you in 2024. I feel like this person is going out of your life for the better. Even though it might not feel like that right now. And I think for a lot of you, you're not actually able to see that this person leaving is actually a gift and a blessing in disguise, even though you are torn up about it. I'm so sorry that you're going through this, guys. And I hope that this reading gives you reassurance, support, love, and guidance so that you can have the best and most fulfilling 2024 year possible. My heart is with all of you guys, and this is your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'd love for you to come to the next one. Happy New Year, everybody. I'll see you later.